guys. Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is your host, Steph. You may notice that Jeff and Dustin and Tim are all not here tonight because this isn't a regular show. I'm just doing an interview tonight. I met somebody very cool yesterday at the Caffeine and Octane show out at Perimeter. And it was pretty hard not, to miss this dude because he was the only one there that had a bouncing lowrider. And he was just kind of like commanding the entire corner. So, and he had a cool dog. So, you guys know how I'm about dogs. So I thought, I don't know a lot about lowriders or the whole culture behind it, only from what I've seen in the movies. And I thought, let me see if this guy would come on. And he agreed to. So I would like to welcome Jeri from Krazy Vatos ATL Lowriders. Hey, Jeri. So that's what I noticed is like there was a ton of cars out there, but everybody was just having a good time. And I don't care what they were there for, but when they saw your car and you hit the switches and it started bouncing, I mean, everybody just stopped and was like, wow.
The reaction, I love that reaction. The second I see somebody's not looking for any reason, maybe they looked for a minute ago and they were just looking and then passing by, I always go over and just hit the switch real quick. And the reaction was like, did that thing just move a little bit? And then I keep going, then I got him. So yeah, a little trick of mine.
Yeah, it was great. And plus, you had the cutest dog, Rocky. Rocky's like totally fine with the stuff bouncing too. It didn't bother him at all.
No, he just doesn't like the loud noises. But I don't think any dog likes the loud mufflers and engines and all that.
Tell me about Krazy Vatos. What do you guys do?
Well, I guess it'd be easier if I tell you how we started and how it turned into what we do, if that's cool.
Yeah, please.
So we just started wanting to build lowriders. And because I don't know, we kind of grew up with it a little bit in with the movies, with the culture and the magazines. The lowrider magazines would always get us. It's like we see all the magazines on the shelves right at the stores, at the gas stations. We just always wanted. It's something that's kind of stuck in you. That right there, that's our president. Hey, wave real quick. Krazy Vatos president.
Atlanta Lowrider Supershow this Saturday. You already know everybody there.
We can't miss a commercial. Boom, real quick.
He's totally busting up my host thing here. I'm leading to it. It's a build.
I know. We do this all the time. It's not our first, like I told you, and we always take over. We know no other way.
I didn't really even notice that there was much of a lowrider scene in Atlanta. I mean, when I think of lowriders, I think of Southern California. I mean, just
everybody does.
I mean, that's where they got their start, right?
Oh yeah. Back in the late 40s, early 50s. Hard to say. There's no real 100% documentation on it. but yeah, a lot of the Latino, Mexican, American, however you want to say it, men that came back from the war started messing around with putting hydraulic pumps in their cars just because they always wanted to be low. And the problem with being low in California in those years is that it was very illegal. Main things because you would scrape the road, and the cops that was enough an excuse for the cops to pull you over and sometimes even beat you. So the people are geniuses. You tell somebody you can't do something, and you're gonna find a way to do it. So hydraulics started getting put in cars. The same hydraulics that would lift and drop the wings on the airplanes, if I'm not mistaken, would get put on the cars. And you see a cop, and you lift it up, and you keep on going at normal height. Once the cop left, you drop it back down, and you keep cruising. So it evolved from that to us jumping them 10 feet up in the air, and that's just amazing, And there's some really, really nice movies that kind of show the history of that. Like Boulevard Nights is a really, really good one. I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, so please don't ask me too many questions about it. What was it? And us, we just group of guys, a couple of family members and cousins and just friends who wanted to learn about it, dug deep and started learning about it. And we're here now carrying bumpers.
Well, I grew up in Detroit, and in the early 90s, especially like when Dr. Dre and when the Chronic came out, I mean, the lowrider thing was all over the place, right? But I never saw him in Detroit. And now I'm realizing it is because there were so many potholes in Detroit. You would never be able to drop it down low, I don't think.
Potholes are the worst. Yeah, you always got to be vigilant. And these are cars we drive slow in. We're never really in a rush unless our wife calls us and we've been out with the boys too long. Never rush,
Somebody can bring a car to you and they say, I want you to put some hydraulics on this. I want you to paint it, trick it out. You guys can do all that.
Yes, that's what we do. But we do have a waiting list. We are to be full of work and projects. And I don't like to overcommit myself because you just end up ruining somebody's build, somebody's experience with their build. And people don't mind waiting. People don't mind waiting a year or 6 months or 2 years or whatever. If you tell them you got to wait and when it's your turn, and we're going to knock it out as soon as humanly possible, but it's your turn. I don't have 10 other people that I'm working on. I'm working on 2 or 3 projects at once, and that's it. And just constantly knocking them out. And that's why we're able to knock out so many, because we just concentrate on a couple and not try to get everybody in at once, And
what's the wildest car somebody's asked you to do this to, where you were like, what?
The thing is, they always catch me a little bit off guard because everybody's got, how should I say, everybody's mind is another universe. So everybody's got something. It's always something that they're like, okay, yeah, let's do that. It's a little something extra, a little something different, and everybody wants to be a little different, but in the groove still, So it's hard to say. We are fairly new, so for us, some things that they shocked us with is not really shocking. It's just new to us, and we want to do it, and we just kind of study it and jump into it. Like I don't know if you know what gold leafing is.
No, what's that?
But it's
the paint.
It's based. No, it's gold.
Oh wow.
And a leaf.
Oh, nice.
And you can't really see it because we basically sanded it down and we're gonna add more clear to it. But people put gold on cars and it's pretty cool. And we've never done it before. This is our 3rd one doing it. So we had never done it before, and we're on our 3rd one. And that it's just really amazing. And it's nothing out of the world. It's nothing out of the ordinary in the lowrider world. Maybe for regular people, it is crazy. We're not regular people, I don't think.
The paint alone, I mean, that was like the car. That's what catches your eye, especially the one that we're about to talk about. That catches your eye, and then you hit those switches, and how hard is it to install one of these hydraulic systems in a car?
It's not difficult. That's what's so weird. It's a very, very simple installation that has to be done right, obviously. But if you show interested in it and you get on it and you put the team on it, we knocked that thing out in within a week if we really haul on it. And it's before you know it, you're driving in that Monday and driving out next Monday, driving stock and leave bouncing. It's pretty quick, for the type of transformation that it is. It doesn't take but a week to do. But sometimes you gotta wait 6 months for me to get to that week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure, yeah. So I could drive my Volkswagen Golf Track station wagon in there, and you could hook me up and put these hydraulics on it for me.
Maybe not that one.
Well, you've answered most of the stuff for me. Part of the reason why we had you on here, the big reason, is because you guys have a huge event that you got going on this Saturday. In Austell. So tell us about that event.
Well, we're fortunate enough to host Atlanta's Supershow, and when I say that is there's many states that have their Supershow, right? Miami has the Lowrider Supershow, Arizona, and so forth. Houston, there's especially Cali, right? But we're fortunate enough to host Atlanta's, and us being the Krazy Vatos we're a big crew. I don't know if you can see the guys way back there, but
I do
we
see a
host
lot. There's a lot of fellows.
we host the Atlanta Lowrider Super Show, and we've been doing it for 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And I say 5 years because we started off years ago, but it wasn't a super show. We were building up to it. It was more like a picnic or a day just to bring your car out and join the crew and get together and just chill and talk about car stuff, and make new connections more than anything. And it's been growing tremendously, and it's the support that we have is just incredible, and that's why we're like, man, if the support is this big towards the lowriders, once you're in that circle and you know how big the lowrider culture is, and we're like, if it's that big, man, I think somebody would be blown away if they won a lowrider. And I've been stuck on that for years, and right now we're blessed to be able to give somebody a lowrider, somebody that's just gonna walk in a regular car or whatever, and they're gonna have a drive off in a lowrider. I don't know. It just blows my mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm just silly.
And that's the car right behind you, right there, right?
Yeah, that's the gold one.
Take us over there. Show everybody this car.
Well, first of all, okay, this is the before, right?
Lincoln,
That's what
right?
it looks like. That's your grandma's car. My grandma's car. That's our grandma's car, and we love grandma cars. Don't get me wrong, because they make some of the most beautiful lowriders. And I wanted this one to be loud, crazy looking. I had nobody telling me what color scheme, what palette, what designs, what nothing. This one was just all me. Because I always like to please the customer. I'm not doing my artwork on somebody's ride and there's something they don't like. I gotta please them. Because that's part of the satisfaction that you hit the nail.
Right.
And this one I had nobody hit the nail but myself, and that's all me.
It's beautiful. It really is. I love all the color scheme. It's amazing.
Thank you. It is a bit crazy, and I know some people might even be embarrassed to drive it just because of all the attention they're gonna get. Well, but you get used to it.
I think most people that would want to win that would enjoy the attention, especially when you see what it can do.
Yeah, the problem is, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people there that's just going to come for the first time to our show, to our event, and it is a very, very cultural event. And I don't know. I'm hoping that they're open-minded, whoever wins it. Because, it is not a typical car. The front of the other one, and look at the front of this one, it's like it's a whole different vehicle.
Like I said, when it goes up on one wheel.
Yeah.
And it starts bouncing. But you had, like I said, you had everybody. Everybody was completely enraptured staring at this thing.
I'm just chilling with my boy Rocky.
Okay. Oh, well, let me see Rocky.
Hey, Rock.
Hey, buddy. He is so
He can't
cute.
open the door on this thing because he jumps right in and then he doesn't want to get out.
Gotcha. If you came to this event, what other things would you expect to see?
There's a lot of good people that come out that they've been working on their cars for years, right? And you'll meet the right one that won't be quiet about how much he loves his car, how much time he's, been in his car. So be warned, you love a car that you see a car and like, wow, I love this thing. You might get an earful, but that's a good thing too. Meet, socialize, meet new people and just be in the experience and in the culture. Another thing, the food. We bring some of the best street vendors, so you could say, street tacos, matter of fact, we have the official street tacos coming.
Oh, nice.
El Mestizo. You can find them anytime at the Moreland, at the Starlight movie theater.
Oh, okay.
And we bring it because their food is just amazing and they know how to handle a crowd, so good food, great music too. A bunch of the really talented Mexican and Latin artists here in Atlanta. We got them to perform, Lalo KV and Los de la Nopa, just maybe unknown to you guys, but you might get hooked and be like, okay, I like this. I'll you know, get introduced to a new I guess genre.
Yeah, sure.
And what else? Competition. Okay. So we have Kinky from those dudes driving the murder Hornet. And when I say this, like that vehicle that just left right there, that is just impeccable. But the thing the thing when it bounces, it hits the bumper. Just imagine how badass that is. But they come and they compete and not really compete, more like just come show off, you know, come show. They come give everybody a show. We got Just Clowning coming from Texas. And when I say Just Clowning, this is a dancing truck that's powered, you know, driven and danced by Mr. Joker. And they call it the Just Clowning truck. And it's a beautiful dancer. It does all these crazy moves. So it's not just like the hoppers that they just go up on the bumper and they're just mean. When you see him, it's like a dinosaur's jumping. It's just crazy. It blows everybody's minds. And when a dancer comes out, it's really cool because it just gets you in the groove. It's like, how is a car doing this, right?
Even you're impressed with that as far as like making a car do something like that.
It's not supposed to, right?
You're right.
So I think everybody's blown away by it.
So if you're just regular Joe Blow suburban button-up dude, you come to this thing, are you gonna feel like, oh, I don't feel so like
You might feel out of place for a little bit, but come open-minded. I'll tell you that right now. Come open-minded, man. We're all human.
That's what I was saying. Do you see people like that sometimes? You were like, oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I don't want to mention any names because I think he might get fired if his employer knew. But he's a top shelf guy that loves the lowriders. Been loving them since he was a kid, and now he's a top dog. Runs a lot of dealerships. I'm not gonna mention which ones, and he's button up Monday through Friday and throws the t-shirt on the weekends, some sneakers, and just takes his lowrider out for a cruise, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so there's wildcats everywhere. Some are a little hidden, but it's all good. Like I say, come open-minded if you come.
Yeah.
And if you're a wild one, you're gonna like it. If you're a little bit more timid, it's all good. You just come for an hour, you know.
I watched the YouTube video for like I think the 2019 compilation. I mean, it looks like a fun time. It really does.
It definitely is. No drama. We don't. Nobody's out there fighting. No weapon. Nobody out there is not dangerous at all. We bring our family. We bring our kids. We brought a mini fair once just because like I say, it's a family event. And when I say that, maybe my family is a bit more wild than other families, but I know that there's other families that are wilder than mine, you know? So it is a family event, just a little bit on the wild side. This particular place is really cool because they just redid the park there, and it is equipped with it's got a brand new park for the kids. With the slides.
Yeah, playground.
Playground, yeah, a big playground. So it's really cool. So we're definitely happy about that because we always try to have stuff for the kids and the families and the moms and everybody, so that the kids can blow off some steam because they can only look at so many cars and hold daddy's hand while he's talking to a stranger for so long, you know.
Well, tell me the date, the time, and the place where this is going to be again.
So this is going to be this Saturday coming up, June 12th, and it starts basically for spectators. Doors open at 12, and this is going to be at Legion Park. If you look up Legion Park Austell, that's probably the simplest way to do it, and it's a baseball park. Well, it used to be. I think there's like 4 or 5 baseball parks there, and we got all the fields. So it's very, very big, plus the parking lot itself. And this is in Austell, so Legion Park, Austell.
Before I let you go, you had already mentioned Boulevard Nights.
Yeah.
And what a great movie that was. I don't know, have you ever heard of this guy, Esteban Oriol?
No.
He's a big deal as far as like taking pictures of lowriders, and he did the Netflix documentary LA Originals.
Oh yes. Oh my God. Okay.
So this is just very recently, just last month, he did an interview and he named his top 8 best lowrider moments in cinema history. And number 8 obviously was Boulevard Nights. And he said that most of the cars are almost always the 64 Impala. That's the archetype that everybody knows. And I mean, that's what you usually see in the movies or whatever. So now I have to see Boulevard Nights, but then and I'm asking you this: one, have you seen these movies? And if you also agree with his assessment, number 7, he said, would be Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
Oh yeah, I love that one. I think we all seen that one.
And I mean, in that car, I don't remember it being as that beautiful. It was kind of raggedy, wasn't their car kind of raggedy?
That's what makes it perfect, because most of our cars are raggedy. You know, it's only one in so many that are able to get them on a really nice level. The one that just left right now, it was a Cheech and Chong one, you know, and they start that way. Man, I can show you a couple back there that are worse than that one. But if it's running, you know, it's running and you got some wheels on it, you are ready to go. You are low riding.
So that's all you need. Then he said, which I remember watching this movie when I was young, My Vida Loca.
Yeah.
Which is a very good movie. I remember it was a Sad Girl and Mousy, some tough times. I never wanted to get jumped in a gang after I saw that movie.
No, heck no.
But there was a lot of lowriders in that movie.
Many movies have lowriders. I'm gonna tell you one that has lowriders that you're not gonna find in no list, and it starts off with a lowrider, and you're gonna be blown away by it. But it's Despicable Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Think about that.
The movies, and I love them. Cars, it had a lowrider in it.
Yeah, it sure did.
So, and I could go on and on, but yeah, once you're hooked, you're like, oh man, they got a lowrider, and then the movie starts, or it's over, or whatever.
Well, I mean, he also mentioned Set It Off.
Yeah.
And the movie Lowriders, which I don't know. Have you seen this movie?
I seen it and I liked it. It was lowrider wise, it was very off from what real lowriding is, but it was pretty cool. It was their interpretation of what lowriding is and what most people think it is, which is very cool still, you know. So I liked it. I enjoyed it.
And then of course, Big Worm in Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, check this out. Atlanta Lowrider Supershow. We man, I'm not sure, and I don't even want to say nothing, but I think there's like a big possibility that we would have Hector's Impala from Friday. The green one that came in with Hector, and we buy our hydraulic parts from one of his friends, and they somehow found out about the show and they want to bring Hector's Impala. And we were like, man, that would be so cool. Who won't, like to take a picture with that, right?
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Well, that's very cool. Well, the number one, and I'm assuming that you're going to agree with this, is the opening credits sequence from Chico and the Man, because they had Gypsy Rose, which is apparently the most famous lowrider of all time.
Yeah, the most famous one. It's amazing how well known that ride is, and how many times it's been duplicated and honored, which is really cool, because that man and that ride set the stage to there is no limit. Be yourself. Don't ever be afraid to be yourself. And if you can express it somehow, do it. We found our expression in the vehicles, and that's how we're doing it. But that's kind of what the big message that I got from it was: don't be afraid to express yourself. And that thing just blew up. It's an iconic vehicle and one that will always be an iconic vehicle, you know?
Jeri, you're so cool, and your whole crew is so cool. And I really appreciate you doing this. And I hope your event goes awesome Saturday. And tell everybody again, what's the name of the event? And it's this Saturday, right?
Yes. All right. So it's real simple. Google us, Atlanta Lowrider Super Show. Scroll down because you might have a bunch of older videos or older content come up. But look for the event right, and the tickets are up for sale right now. I believe they're $15 general admission, and general admission is all you need for a spectator. That'll get you in the whole thing. We leave everything wide open. Once you're in, you're in. You walk around freely. There's gonna be owners that's gonna let you get in their car and take a picture with it, or stand by it, take a picture with it. There's others that you don't want to touch them because they're really proud of their vehicle, so you hate to scratch it or have your kids scratch it, and now you got a $2,000 ticket on you. Wow. So, but you know, for the most part, everything's cool. And follow us as well. We're the Krazy Vatos. That's our logo right there. I'm very, very proud of it, so I got it on me. And man, I'm very happy with everything we've been doing, and we, believe it or not, you know, we do a lot for the community too, but it might not be heard because we you know, help our community, you know, and we're very proud of that. Some people to look up is West Georgia Elves, Mr. Jim. He and his wife basically get funds all year and basically help families that are a bit in need, especially because some have kids with really, really awful diseases and illnesses. And we can't do much for the kids, but we can at least try to help with the struggle with just simple day-to-day supplies like, you know, toilet paper or some new sheets or some anything, helping somebody paint a room or whatever. So we feel very proud of that as well. And I don't know, if there's something that we can do to help, especially if somebody needs some additional attention and our vehicles can help with that, to bring in any type of noise, you know, we're typically down to do it. We just sometimes have our calendars very, very full because of it. But yeah, if you ever need any type of help, any type of noise needed to be made, feel free to reach out to us. We're the Krazy Vatos, and we're here to stay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that was part of what made me ask you too to do this, is because you offered to give Barkville, our dog rescue, a spot to come to the venue this Saturday, which I thought was so nice of you to do that. I mean, you're obviously very caring people, and I mean, you're just like the nicest dude. So anyway, Jeri, thank you so much.
And thank you for saying that. Just because, you know, you see a guy that's tatted up, and I haven't shaved my head in a couple of days, but you know, I'm that tatted up, bald head guy that, man, I'm a teddy bear. I'm telling you, and a lot of us are like that. But you know, we just like to look a certain way, like to walk a certain way, you know. And it's all good, man. Don't get scared.
No, not at all. So, well, thank you, Jeri and Krazy Vatos. You got a fan in me for sure, and I appreciate you. And we'll talk to you again, hopefully, in the future.
Much, yes. If y'all can make it out there, come on out. If y'all can make it on this one, come to the next one. All right.
Okay. Well, it's good talking to you, Jeri.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you.
Bye.